I love this trip. And Rosa back there, she's back. She was at the fashion show in Manhattan, right, Rosa? You were at that place, and we really had a great time. Sissy Cow with her husband did a great job. It was a good event, very successful. And since I'm also into the fashion and beauty business, so I could appreciate that. Okay, and we will get started soon. I'm waiting for the technician to come, Mary Yang, I don't know where she is.
She's inside.
Oh, she's back there, okay, great. So we have back there, then we get started soon.
You want me to call her?
No, I go myself and see what's exactly. Just have a seat, and we'll start soon. All right, and hold on. Chinese. Anybody speaks Chinese here? You all speak Chinese? Yes? I just want to make sure that you guys speak Chinese. I don't speak Chinese, I speak Cantonese. You know what? Because I lived in Chinatown. No, I grew up in Chinatown in Manhattan. So I only spoke Chinese for 6 months. That was my own language I had when I came to America from Italy. So we will talk about it later. Let me see you on, and we're getting ready. We have a good crowd and we have a good speeches tonight. Let me see. Let's see what's going on, guys. If you guys like to know about the events, you know, BIBS activities, forum, and of course, one of these days we have to go to Boston and see the campus, to see the place where we went to Boston, and there's a lot of activities going on at the.
And now, actually, not only leaders from New York, we have Chi Zhang from California. Can you stand up so everybody can know?
Hi, there you are.
She's a leader from California in the AI industry, applied industry. Gigi, come to join us. And also Dr. Jason Du from Boston, from Harvard actually. So maybe somebody, Alan, can you call Jason to come to the stage so everybody can know him? So people really travel all the way to get here. And also somebody is on the road. He flew all the way from Chicago to join us. So I want to say the idea of the World Speaker Series and maybe you have more, in thinking, in conversation. So since last year in October, we started, from Harvard Club, New York Club, and also, the hotel owned by Chairman Lin Jianzhong, and then gradually we went to Trump Tower. But this is the third World Speaker Series here in the property owned by George and Lily. I'm so grateful, and also thank you very much for the audience. Travel all the way to be with us tonight. And also, of course, today I wanted to invite the speaker, Martin Tang. Can you come? And Martin, also come to the stage. I just want to highlight the key speakers. Martin is a famous investment banker, in Manhattan. He closed the billions of dollars transactions in IPO and merger acquisition. He also went to school with me in Harvard University, and also a key faculty and co-director with the Boston International School in Variety Future for AI and robotics applied learning for long-term, for the longevity projects. So, and of course, more, Michael Jordan, could you please come to the stage? I want everybody to know who are the speakers.
Yeah, the speaker, right?
Yes. Michael, famous advisor for companies going global, especially with many clients like Huawei and many clients from in a global setting. But today he give us a talk today about what kind of strategy you can have to make your company go globally more efficiently, about how to build the trust, right? And now Dr. Lily finally come to the audience. everybody, I want to invite everybody to join me to welcome her to the stage because so many conversations I had with her to make a event like this possible. Can you please?
No, it's okay.
Stand up and away.
Stand up, everybody can see. Yeah, stand up, everybody can see. Yeah.
That's Miss Lily Shu, the
Yeah.
wife of Mr. George.
Yes, yeah, that's Lily. And Alan, please. And today we have a few, MCs. Alan, the famous lawyer, advisor for the. You can do introduction, but I would say he's an advisor to Mayor Bloomberg in the Mayor Bloomberg's administration to the New York City administration, and also Iguchi, the dear sister and the advisor to the president of Nigeria, president, and also ambassador to the United States from Nigeria. He will be the MC. Actually, we plan more events on the next Sunday in Harvard. We bring the speakers from California, from Texas, and also from New York to Boston, including some officials and to Harvard University. The focus is about how we can be more effective in the time of AI and robotics. Of course, today, a very important new speaker. She is the president of Shanghai Association. Could you please? Yeah. And also, a very important writer who will give a talk about his book. So, Alan, can you introduce briefly?
Frank Barrow. Frank Barrow comes to the stage. Frank.
So everybody can know who are really the speakers tonight.
Frank? Before we speak, we'll give a full introduction of each person as we bring up each speaker, but to bring
Yes.
Frank to the stage. Frank, you can go to the step there.
Yes. Yes. And anybody I miss for the speakers? Yeah. Okay. So I think, thank you very much again for coming, and also possibly we didn't have a lot of time to do question and answer sessions, but when we finish, so we would welcome everybody to stay. There are more conversations with the speakers. Okay, without further ado, we're going to first introduce George Xu. Alan, you want to do that?
Yeah. Okay. We all sit down now and we'll get the first introduction.
We have at least about 7 speakers, but the first speaker I want to introduce is Mr. Zhu, George Zhu. He's the founder and president of the Century Development Group. He has developed many projects like the one we're standing in right now, the 4 Points Sheraton here in Flushing. He also has the developer of the Holiday Inn Express in Woodside, and also the Lucid 33 project. Without further ado, I'd like to bring up the developer for one of the greatest developers we have here in New York City, and right here in Queens County, George Zhu.
Thank you, Alan. I see many friends here. Welcome to my 4 Points Hotel. And we finished this 4 Points 2021. And like Alan said, that we also developed Holiday Express in Woodside, right on Queens Boulevard, for those of you who are familiar in Queens. And Alan forgot to mention that last year we just finished the first 5-star hotel in Queens, which is the Westin Hotel on Northern Boulevard, 246 rooms, and it was a heavy-duty hotel, and then we are very busy with that. I know we have a lot of distinguished speakers tonight, and then so I'm going to keep my presentation concise and then short and sweet, and then so we can move along. First, I want to welcome all of you to be here and spend the time with us. And my name is George Su. So I've been a real estate developer since 1998. So over 20-some years, 27 years already. So and then we started with small developments like residentials, 3 families, and then moving on to bigger projects like 4 Points, and then Farrington, and then we are very busy. Long Island City, Flushing, Woodside, Jamaica, and Astoria. So we are across mostly in Queens area. So for those of you who don't know me, so next slide, Jason. So today, actually, I think many of you probably saw some of my, PowerPoints before talk about our developments. So today, actually, we just want to focus a little bit on the EB5 side, and then because the other ones, and then it's you guys probably have seen it before. So we talk about the status of EB5, the regional center timings, and then statutory deadlines for 2027. So we just want to have a chat. So I think we cover the EB5 topic, and other people cover different topics. I know a lot of speakers. Next slide, please. If you look at I think the dates are important. September 30th, 2027. Actually, we are encouraging people, whoever wants to file it. The September 30th, 2026 is the right timing. And then because we have TEA, if anybody with the TEA, and then it's $800,000. And the non-TEA is 1.05 million. So that is the key numbers we need to remember. And the reserve category is still current, and so that is why people need to take advantage of that. So next slide. If you look at the dates, and the grandfathering window ends at September 30th, 2026. So the minimum increase, it will be next year, January. So September 30th, 2027 is the sunset date, and then unless Congress making another extension. Next. Go-karts, and then a lot of the people know President Trump actually signed a executive order wants to offer go-karts for whoever wants to have a U.S. green card. I believe that go-kart it's effective already, but people are applying. Looks like there are some applications being Lily, how much was the for go-kart?
5 million.
5 million. Right?
5 minutes, but just the one.
$5 million.
No one.
No one got it. Yeah. Right? Only one person got it. So yeah, so
it's in litigation.
yeah, I want to talk about the main difference. I know President Trump has the power to sign executive order, to offer go-kart. The main difference between go-kart and the EB5 is go-kart you are actually purchasing it, right? So the money is not coming back to you. EB5 it's an investment. So you put down $800,000 in the TEA region or 1.05, but eventually whoever the project finished, and then that investment is going to go back to the investor. So after you get the green card. So that separates the EB5 program. It's a congressional approval, right? So it's enacted by Congress. It's not by president. So if any extension, deadlines, or anything to do with that, the Congress needs to approve it. So for the projects, who finished smoothly, and the investor got the green card, and then eventually the project itself returned the money back to the investor. So basically we call it developer used the investment to save the interest, and the investor got the green card, and the U.S. government got 10 jobs creation so that to qualify to get the green card. So I think it's a three-way winning situation here. I explained the difference already, so next slide, please. For the audience, I think EB5 is active. I think if anybody who really wants to do it, then probably the September 30th is the real deadline. If anybody wants to keep in mind, I think that's the key number. So we have a lot of people talking to us. We always want to say that, hey, don't bank on the next year, September 30th, and then this year is the real key date. Next, please. I think this is why Century. So we are part of Century. The reason I put this slides up is that because we have two projects in Long Island City that are attracting EB5. And we have two phases. If you look at the top picture, actually it's Vesta. We've sold about 70% of all the units developed, and then there are people living inside the building already. The second phase to be finishing by end of this year. Obviously, I'm not gonna talk about other people, but I can only talk about myself. So what we're doing is, we are attracting EB5 investors to reduce our interest expense. I'm not doing it to make the money on the interest. Interest is not my income. Interest, it's a reduction in my expense. And then so we finish the project, and then we return the money back to the investor after they get the green card. So that's our objective. So we are different compared to the other guys. The other regional center, they do it they're making a business out of it, just earning interest out there, part of their income. So that's the main difference. But if anybody would want to talk to me more about the EB5 opportunities or is there any need, and then you can talk to me afterwards. Next slide, please. This is just the details. The first project, we have 115 units. Condo units, and the second phase we have 67 units. We have also commercial right down there. So if you look at the picture down there, it looks like a real picture. Actually, it's a rendering. So if you go there right now, if you take a picture, it looks almost identical. You can't even tell the difference. So I go there to weekly meetings, and then my sales team and took a picture. I said that looks like just rendering. So that means my team actually did a good job of building this building according to the design. So I actually turned out all right. So, but anyway, next. Oh, that's it. I know Professor Ong wants to save the questions towards the end. So if anybody wants to ask me anything, you can ask me. Anything to do with the construction, I can answer too. Okay. So thank you for listening. Joseph.
Question. Where are they located? How much are the apartments? I mean, can you give us some of them?
Yeah, sure. The two projects actually, they're located in Long Island City, Queens. Okay. I'm a block away from 7 train. So you can actually go there, walk away 1 block, and you can take the 7 train to Manhattan, 1 stop. And the sales numbers, we're getting about between 1,700 to 1,900 per square feet. So let's say a 2-bedroom unit, it runs about maybe $1.3 to $1.6 million. It's Long Island City. Yeah. Not Long Island, Long Island City. Yes.
Three blocks away from the East River.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, Alan, thank you so much.
Tuesday to Wednesday, is on the EB5 and the Trump card. He's absolutely right.
He's the attorney.
Yeah, I do EB5, and the Trump card, you pay $5 million, and you get nothing back for it. You just get a green card, allegedly, maybe. As you heard, only one person's been approved, but they haven't got a green card yet. The EB5 is the more safer, secure thing because the person would invest, say, $1 million. They may earn, 5% interest, 10% interest, depends on the project. They're going to get their money back after 3 to 5 years, depends on the contract, and they get a green card, and they get a green card for themselves and their family. So the EB5 is a better way to go for investors versus taking a risk with the Trump card at which you get nothing in return. Also, one more thing I want to do, I'd like to thank George for allowing us to keep us safe. We always had our, for the last year at Trump Tower, but since the war has started, we all came to the consensus that the better place to be is in a safe place. I want to thank George for allowing us to come someplace where we're safe, without to worry about anyone coming in and harming us. Thank you, George.
Thank you, George. We have a certificate of honor for you. There you go, you can read it.
Okay, so we present to you, George, the Distinguished Leadership Award for Global Peace, Development, and Economic Integration.
Thank you. Follow up?
All right, thank you.
Professor Ram?
Hold the hats. Sorry, we need the hats. Anybody want to buy it? $5 million. $5 million each, you get a hat. Hold on a second, guys. I just got a haircut. I don't want to ruin my head. Okay? Michael is going to be next. Where is Michael?
As they say sometimes, behind every good man is a great woman. And the next person I want to introduce is the great woman behind Mr. Zhu. For him to, us men, we also, God made women to help us and to make us good. If it wasn't for women, men, some of us men wouldn't be where we are. So the next speaker I want to introduce is Lily Zhu. Don't you know? By correction. Well, anyway, Lily, stand up anyway.
Welcome again, everybody.
Okay. All right, my next speaker is going to be I apologize, Michael Jordan. Not the basketball player Michael Jordan, I don't think.
I'm going to say Michael Jordan.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I've gotten that every day for the past 40 years. No, sorry to disappoint. I'm not that Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
你们好，认识你很高兴。I'm very happy to be here tonight to speak with you about one of my very favorite subjects. Why every company going global needs what I call strategic storytelling. And, do I need to guide for the slide change, please? New slide, please. I have an agenda. I want to open with a story, okay, and then explain why global and strategic communications matters to you, why you need strategic storytelling, how I learned about the need for this. I want to talk to you also about who is China's international audience when you are communicating via your website, your social media channels, in presentations, that sort of thing. Who is China's international audience, China's global communications challenge? And then apply it directly to you and your communications challenge. Next slide, please. I want to open with a story because I'm talking about strategic storytelling tonight. And so I want to share a story. A couple weeks ago, here in New York, I went to 2 separate events. One for Shanxi province, brought a delegation over. Maybe some of you were there. various companies pitching their companies, their brands, their products. Then two days later, Shandong province sent over a delegation, okay? This is from the Shandong events, right? And with both of these events, 25 companies presenting, again, their brands, their products from China. And I noticed a pattern, okay? While these presentations, I took this photo. I was standing there just observing both events. And while they were informative, there was a lot of information, okay? If you could show the next slide, please. During these presentations, I don't know if you saw, maybe go back just 1 second, please. If you look at the slide, so each presenter had a full slide packed with information, okay? About the company milestones, significant dates, certifications, okay, and some of the details. But no faces, no photos of Shandong province. So next slide, please. So then the speakers were trying to attract, why were they there? Yeah. Next slide, please. The companies were there with a purpose, okay, a strategic objective. It could have been to attract investors, distributors, customers, clients, whatever it may be, okay? And then how do you do that? When you're sitting in the audience, if I were pitching you my company from China, what would make you trust me as a Chinese who says they have a company back in Shandong province? So they were talking about how beautiful and wonderful Shandong was in Shanxi, but no photos, no evidence. They talked about how impressive their company was, okay, delivering results. No photos, no evidence, okay? They talked about their team, innovation, cutting edge, delivering for their clients. No photos, no evidence, just one slide of dry confidence, okay? And then I realized this is the main challenge. How, when you're pitching your company, pitching your product, how do you earn trust? Especially if I'm trying to convince you to reach into your pocket and invest, okay? Join me, become my partner. What would it take to push the right button in your heart, in your mind, okay? And this is even more important today. Big picture. This wasn't just about one event, and this isn't unique to Chinese companies. Nowadays, there's a global trust crisis, okay? Around the world, fewer and fewer people believe what they read, what they hear, what they watch, okay? And it's justified because many companies, many individuals, organizations, government agencies may be lying, may be exaggerating. We face scammers every day, okay? So then we face the challenge of how exactly do we earn that trust? Next slide, please. We are today living in a sea, swimming in a sea of brands, okay? And all of them say how wonderful they are. It would be very unusual for a company or an organization to say that we are so-so at what we do. We're mediocre, we're mama hoo-hoo. No, they would all say, they all have a platform beyond your website and social media channels ought to be LinkedIn. That's where everyone is. I don't see enough, unfortunately, I don't see enough Chinese companies on LinkedIn and actually actively engaging within the community, because I know whenever I meet a new company, immediately I go to LinkedIn, okay, for verification, for credibility, for evidence that you are who you say you are, doing what you say you're doing, and as good as you claim to be. I think everyone must be. By the way, I didn't really mention earlier, I should have. I don't know if you read my bio. I lived in Beijing for 5 years. And I taught international journalism at several universities, including Renmin University, Beijing Foreign Studies University, and Shanghai International Studies University in Shanghai. Also Hong Kong Baptist University in Hong Kong. And then began to apply these skills. Next slide, please. Yeah, so my background is as a foreign correspondent in international journals. That was me as a much younger man, reporting from 20 different countries, over 20 years, 30 different countries, in Central and Eastern Europe, Central Asia, and Southern Africa. So I've been fortunate enough to have lived on 4 continents. Next slide, please. But then I lived in Beijing from 2015 to 2020. until COVID forced me to flee. Next slide, this was at Renmin. This is at Beijing Foreign Studies University. Next slide, please. I did a training on strategic storytelling for Chinese environmental activists. Next slide, please, which was then featured on China Daily, also talk about strategic storytelling. Next slide, please. And then I was fortunate to work for 1 year at China Global Television Network, which is really where I learned about China's global communications challenge. Next slide, please. Working on this, I don't know if you know Liu Xin in the weeds here, because this isn't a university course, but the need to show people, not just tell people, okay? Not just telling how wonderful your company is, but to thinking strategically, how can I show that with words and images? Next slide, please. And we made some, how much time do we have, by the way? Am I running late?
Go ahead.
Yeah?
Use your time.
Use the time. Next slide, please. I also have, going back one slide. I also developed my own 4-step method for strategic communications. Okay, 4 steps. Who exactly is your target audience? We talked a little bit about that. Who exactly are they and why? What are they looking for? What the belt and road?
Okay, thank you very much. I guess we're going to move on to the next speaker. You have the lineup, Alan?
Oh, take picture, yeah.
Picture.
Show your certificate.
Show your certificate.
For the sake of global peace.
Okay, look here.
What a way to spend a Friday night.
Participated in financing and cross-border licensing transactions totaling more than $5 billion and has involved in over 30 IPO and PAC transactions. He's also a serial entrepreneur who's co-founder of 5 startups with successful exists and also in biotechnology. He also serves as the guest editor of special issue Life, Science, Entrepreneurship, Intellectual Property, and Strategy of Asia Pacific Biotech News. But anyway, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mark Tech to come on.
Thank you for that nice introduction. Okay, so it's a little bit technical on my talk. I'm biotech guy. So Lauren will talk about AI. So I will talk about AI, a little bit AI, robots, trying to get healthcare longevity from the area that we focus on technology that can extend lifespan. Next slide, please. So, in the next, look at my own slides. Can you give me my new slides? Did you send them my new slides? Oh, that's okay. So basically, there's some old slides. So in healthcare, basically, the AI in the future basically is a platform just like the internet. It will be AI plus body data, plus behavior data, plus workflow. I will show you, I'll go through some of the companies that I can show you. Next one, please. Next slide, please. Okay, so you see this is currently, this is the AI investment center. This is a really very unprecedented opportunity. So for us, we went through e-commerce, a little bit communications. We don't know about the railway because we're not born yet. But if you look at the width and the depth, it's very short period, it was cool. So this is a really, you can say it's bubble, yeah, maybe a bubble, but overall, in long term, may not be bubble, but short term, maybe bubble, but very fast. Next one, please. So everyone wanted you to catch the AI. Basically, like Jason once said, in the future, the company is not how to use AI, is do everything wrong on top of the AI. If you don't do that, the company will die. Next one, next slide, please. So first, I want to talk about the drug development.
Hired China, the United States in 2006 for the higher education. When I grew up in Shanghai, I was always inspired by women who would bridge cultures and connect to the world together. One of my biggest role model was Yu Kang. So Chinese is Jin Yuxi. So I still remember when I was young, staying in my relative's house near West Nanjing Road in Shanghai. One day while walking nearby, my grandma pointed to another beautiful house and told me that's Yu Kang's home in Shanghai. At that moment, to me, she represented elegance, international vision, culture, and possibility. I had an honor not only to meet Yu Kang personally, higher China, the United States in 2006 for the higher education. When I grew up in Shanghai, I was always inspired by women who would bridge cultures and connect to the world together. One of my biggest role model was Yu Kang. So Chinese is Jin Yuxi. So I still remember when I was young, staying in my relative's house near West Nanjing Road in Shanghai. One day while walking nearby,
唱山歌嘞，这边唱来那边喝，那边喝。山歌好比春江水，不怕潭千万有多，万有多。山歌好比春江水，不怕潭千万有多，万有多。山歌好比春江水，不怕潭千万有多，万有多。唱山歌嘞，这边唱来，那边合唱山歌嘞，这边唱来那边和，那边和唱山歌嘞，这边唱来那边和，那边和。